Pivot Years by Brianna Wiest. Have you ever noticed right after you ask for more in life, everything starts falling apart? The relationship ends, the job stops fulfilling you, the place that you thought you stay forever starts feeling kind of wrong. The author talks about this. The pivot year is the moment life says yes, just not where you thought, just not in the place you thought. Because when you ask the universe for something, it doesn't just hand it to you. It shows you how to get it. Even if you don't like the instructions, you ask for love, the answer is yes. Just not with the particular person you thought it was with. You ask for a promotion, you ask for a breakthrough, a new level, and life says yes. Just not at the company you thought. Most people get kind of stuck here and kind of frustrated. When we keep trying to make it work in places that expire, this isn't rejection. This is a redirection. Life isn't saying no to you to hurt you. It's saying no, not here to protect you. The pivot year is the year you stop forcing what's resisting you and start listening to the whispers, sometimes even shouts. And this is the time to move. And that's when everything in your life will start to align. 2026. In the pivot year, life can only grow outwardly in proportion to what's stable on the inside and inward. And everything around you feels uncertain. It doesn't always mean you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it means you're doing what's be asked to strengthen your foundation. We want next level, the love, the money, the peace, the recognition, but we don't always want the internal work that supports it. We try to expand before we root it. We chase more while knowing what still feels unstable on the inside, but growth without stability collapses. Expansion without alignment, it trains you. This is why the pivot year can make you feel slow and slow everything down. With these pauses, the life seems like it's stripped away the distraction. It's not a punishment, it's a preparation, because the life you asking for requires a stronger version of you. And once that inner worldly becomes steady, your boundaries, your self-trust, your sense of worth, the outside world begins to reflect it. Life doesn't rush the process. It waits for you to be ready. And when your growth happens naturally, that's when everything gonna line up. 2026 is going to be a year. I promise you that. The pain you think you're in right now would not compare to the peace that will come after. This particular season hurts because it's changing you. It's not breaking you. It's shaping you to the moment where you will fall in love with life again. Not because everything suddenly became easy, but because you became wiser. You move slower. You choose better. You trust yourself more. You won't be as reckless with your heart, with your time, with your energy. What once felt urgent will feel optional. What once drained you will no longer deserve access to you. You will appreciate what actually matters. Quiet mornings, aligned people, peace over approval. And when life feels better, it will. It won't because you changed overnight. It will because you changed, period. You did the work. And that's the real pivot. I promise you that. 2026 is going to be your year. Remember that. In the pivot year, they say, trust what passes you by and trust what lands in front of you. Not everything you lose is meant to be chased. Not everything that leaves needs an explanation. Some things exit quietly, but their role in your life is basically complete. Some things arrive unexpectedly, but only when you're ready for them. We spend so much time questioning what didn't work that we miss what's actually working. But alignment, it doesn't argue with you. It's calm. It's clear. It doesn't beg for your attention. The pivot year teaches you to stop forcing meaning and start noticing placement. What passes you by was never yours to keep. What stays deserves your presence. And when we learn to trust that flow, life stops feeling like resistance and start feeling like direction. In the pivot year, it feels disruptive because it's trying to move you on. It feels unwavering because it's trying to grow you in the right direction. And if life feels uncomfortable right now, that discomfort isn't random. That's information of growth. Rarely arrives as clarity. It arrives as interruption. It shakes your routine. It's unsettling. It identifies. It pulls you away from what once felt familiar. That's why the season is so disorienting to you right now. What you used to feel safe no longer fits. What's the next haven't fully formed yet, but the discomfort offered as a language of alignment. The pivot year isn't meant to calm you. It's meant to reposition you. And once you stop resisting the disruption and start listening to where life is pointing you to, you realize this wasn't chaos. It was just purpose. In the pivot year, merit isn't whether or not you experience something challenging. Kind of everybody do in life. What matters is that you had the courage when you faced it. Real strength isn't built on avoiding difficulty. It's built on staying present when life feels uncertain, when the outcome isn't guaranteed, when fear shows up and you move forward anyway. That's real strength. Some of the moments you question yourself the most were actually moments where you become the strongest. You learn how to sit with discomfort without running from it. How to tell the truth when it's been easier to just stay silent and mind your business. How to keep going when the motivation disappears. That counts. Not because the hardship made you special, but because you didn't abandon yourself inside of these moments. When you look back one day, you won't measure your life on how easy it was or how simple shit was or how whatever the case may be. You'll measure by the courage you carried through these moments and ask the most out of you. You feel me? In the pivot year, the universe has had conversations you haven't heard. It's been in rooms you were never invited into. So when things start to fall apart and people starting to drift, when doors close without explanation, it's not a punishment, it's guidance. The universe doesn't turn its back on you. It starts whispering first, then it starts nudging, and then it starts pushing, all to move you away from what no longer aligns with who you're becoming. When it feels like a loss, it's often protection. When it feels like it's rejection, again, it's redirection. And what feels confusing is now clarity, but it's being built in real time. I know. It seems like a lot. So when the signs show up, the discomfort, the repeated patterns, don't ignore them. Don't cling to what's already expired just because it's familiar. The universe is illustrating a path forward. And the worst thing you could do is turn your back on it out of fear, out of discomfort. Trust was being removed. Trust was being revealed. And most importantly, trust was meant for you. Won't require you to betray yourself just to keep it. Remember, 2026 is your year. Sometimes the universe will stop you just to reroute you. Not to punish you, but to test you. Everything truly meant for you is on the other side of that test that the universe is giving you, or God, whichever you prefer. Because what's meant for you isn't external. It already exists inside of you. The truth is, the universe challenges you in order to change you. It has to press on your boundaries to see if they're real limits, or just comfort zones disguised as fear. It has to see if you'll choose growth over familiarity. It will stand on your principles instead of settling for convenience or anything like that to see how you're going to react. And before it opens the floodgates, it has to trust that you won't shrink when it's time to expand. It also has to trust that you won't self-sabotage when abundance arrives. Sometimes it has to bring you to your knees so you can finally look inward instead of outward. Start looking for yourself instead of everybody else, external sources. So we need to stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what am I becoming because of this situation, because of what I'm going through? It has to show you what's wrong for you before it reveals what's right. Because clarity doesn't come from comfort, it comes from contrast. And once you pass the test, you don't have to return to your old life. You'll step into a brand new, entirely new reality. 2026 is your year. In the pivot year, she talks about the more you sit with your emotions instead of changing them, the more you start to understand them. Not everything needs to be fixed. Some things need to be felt. When you stop resisting your emotions, they stop controlling you. They become information instead of obstacles. And once you understand what you're feeling, you start experiencing the world differently. You listen instead of reacting. You respond instead of running. Clarity doesn't come from distraction. It comes from presence. And when you allow yourself to truly feel, you don't lose control. You gain awareness. That's when healing stops becoming something you chase. It becomes something you live. Remember, 2026 is going to be your year. The pivot year, they talk an understimulated mind is one of the most dangerous things in the world, because when the mind isn't challenged, it doesn't rest. It turns inward. It creates problems that don't even exist. It replays memories that should have been released. It confuses boredom with unhappiness and comfort with stagnation. The mind needs resistance. It needs a purpose. It needs something meaningful to wrestle with. Challenges sharpen awareness. Growth quiets anxiety. Movement gives the mind direction. Where to go, what to do, how to do it. When you don't challenge your mind, it will sabotage your peace. Trust me. But when you give it something worthy to focus on, it becomes the greatest tool instead of the greatest threat. And that's why growth isn't optional, it's necessary. This is a great book. If y'all have read it, let me know what y'all thought. This your boy Pito. This is the Pivot Year with Brianna Wiest. She also wrote The Mountain Is You. That's one of my favorite books as well. But if you have read it, let me know what you thought in the comment section. This is going to be year 2026. We rocking out. We taking over. We growing, we learning financially, spiritually, mentally. We not being stagnant. We not holding on to old relationships. We not doing no bullshit. We letting go. We moving forward. We getting aligned what's truly for us. And I promise you, this is the year we're going to break through and reach these new levels. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It ain't going to be all sunshine and rainbows. But growth is on the table for us. You with me? It's Pito back with another book review. Let's get it.